Day trips are the best. They're just a way to get out and explore and see new places and make memories. Cross things off your bucket lists that have been chilling on there for God knows how long, all without taking up too much time or energy planning or money, because you don't have to worry about finding a place to stay overnight. And odds are you're not hopping on a plane or taking a whole day driving, so you're close by, everything. It's just traveling, but simpler. I love day trips, and they're just a way for everyone to travel, regardless of your schedule or whatever factors are going on in your life. I've taken a lot of day trips, and I just wanted to share with you some of the ways I save money and just make sure the day flows easy. Also things I do for safety. So the first thing that I do to save money is, before you go anywhere, if you have a destination in mind, check for any entrance fees. Whether you're going to a national park, state park, just wherever. If you have a destination, look it up, see if there's any entrance fees. Most of the time you can pay at the window, but you want to make sure there's spots available. Some places only take cash, some only take credit, and you just want to know of it beforehand. Also because sometimes it's cheaper to buy online. So just always check beforehand if there's any fees where you're going. And also on that, if you are going to a national park and you plan on going to any other national parks 3 times within the next year, buy a national parks pass. Put it to scale, a regular day entry fee with a vehicle into most national parks is around $35. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, but around $35, which is a lot of money. Annual national parks pass is $80. So within 3 times you pay off. So I'd highly recommend getting one of those. And then also if you plan on going to a lot of state parks, maybe a lot of Utah state parks, if you're doing a road trip there or anything like that, look into the state park passes, because it might save you a lot of money. Another way I save a lot of money on day trips and road trips and even just everyday life is with the app called Gas Buddy. It's super easy to use, it's free to use. You just go on there, it shows you a map, and it makes it super easy to find the cheapest gas nearby you. When you go on your day trip, just look at your Gas Buddy app, you can see the map, you can plan ahead and make sure you're filling up your gas in cheaper areas, and also just when you're driving around, making sure you go to the cheapest gas station in the area. It saves a ton of money. I would highly recommend downloading that. And then just ways that help make the day flow easier. A big one is packing your own snacks and water bottle and making sure you have plenty of each. So a few years ago, me and my friend, we both grew up in Colorado, with very outdoorsy families. We've been hiking our whole lives, and me and her, we were probably 16, and we went on a hike by ourselves. It was 7 a.m. and we thought we were so early, we thought we beat the heat. We got there, we were gonna do the hike. We did not, in fact, beat the heat. It was so hot. And we also, as we were going up, we kind of decided which hike we were gonna do, but then we saw the map, we were that one has a cool name. So we switched and did the 10-mile hike that we did not intend on doing. But we were also super stubborn, so even though we were not close to the top, so hot, rationing our water at that point, we went to the top anyway. That is not smart, don't do that. It's super dangerous. And we both got chewed out by our parents, obviously. It was a really pretty hike, but honestly all I remember is us so thirsty. It doesn't hurt to pack extra water or anything. And then the same goes for food. It's there's literally nothing worse than being far out on a hike or a camping trip or anything, even just hanging out by the lake or something, I don't know, anywhere where you're far out there, you're having a great time, and then suddenly you're really hangry. It's not good. And then you have no food to eat. You're in a beautiful place, probably with people you really like, supposed to be having a good time, but you're just hungry. That sucks. Don't do that. Bring snacks, even if you don't think you'll need them. Maybe you won't. It does not hurt to just throw in a granola bar or whatever. Another way I just make the day flow nicely, stress-free. If you have a destination in mind, when you're looking if they have entrance fees, look if you need a reservation too. A lot of national parks now require timed reservations. They won't let you in if you don't have a reservation. I've tried. It was a bummer, I got turned away. Just look it up before you go. Another way I like to make the day flow easy is looking at your drive route beforehand. Even if it's somewhere you've been, you know where you're going, you don't need to map it. Just take a look at it beforehand, make sure there's no construction or anything like that that will change that up, just be prepared for all of that. And then it'll also help you save money on gas because you can look at your gas buddy app. Research cool places wherever you're going. I was in Capitol Reef a few months ago and we didn't do any research before going there. It's kind of a tricky park to navigate. Like, you don't get a map at entrance or anything. So we were kind of just driving around without any cell service, so we couldn't look anything up, and we had no idea where to go. None. So just do a little bit of research beforehand, where the cool spots are, maybe take a screenshot of a map of that park or wherever you are in case there's no service, and then you can kind of make a list. Like when I went to Death Valley, before I went, I researched where to go there, and then I just made a list. It was literally just a list of different stops to go. And so then when we were there and driving around, it's a huge park. We would be driving and I'd see a sign and I was like, oh, that's on my list. That place is cool. And so then we would turn and go. If you have a time limit when you're at a place, it'll just maximize your time. If you're driving along, be like, oh, that's a dud, don't stop there. And then you'll have more time to go to the places you know are cool. While you're doing that, it might be helpful to make kind of a loose itinerary. Depending on how much you enjoy planning, it can be a very structured itinerary of where to go and when. Or it can just be kind of loose and just a list of places to go. Whatever works for you, but it'll just help your adventures flow nicely and save you some stress when you're out there. A couple ways to keep myself safe when I'm on these day trips. I always share my plans or itinerary, whatever, with usually my mom and then a friend, just someone you trust, so then someone knows where you're headed. This gives you peace of mind, gives them peace of mind. It's good for everyone. No matter how much experience you have outdoors, it's way too easy to take a wrong turn on a hike and then you're lost. That can be a stressful situation, but if someone knows where you're at, it's not so scary, Or you're driving to your day trip and then your car breaks down. Someone knows where you're at even if you don't have service. And plus, when you get home and you're all psyched, you have all these cool stories and everything, you have someone that is required to listen. So oh, you were in Horseshoe Bend, how was it? And then you get to tell them your stories. They're required to listen to you. It's great. Another thing I do to stay safe is I always share my phone's location with someone I trust. This is just nice because personally, I don't like planning things. So when I share my plans or itinerary with someone, it doesn't give up much. It will say a very general location. It'll say Rocky Mountain National Park. It's nice if they can have your actual location. Just a big peace of mind for everyone involved. But the one thing with that is that if you don't have cell service, it will not work. So if you know you're gonna lose service soon, you're driving into the mountains or something, text whatever person has your location and let them know where you're headed. For me, it's a lot of peace of mind. I just don't worry as much, and I would definitely recommend it. That's kind of it. I really love day trips, and I hope you do too, and I hope these tips helped you at least a little bit. And yeah, have fun.